For the last 71 years, we've watched some of the greatest moments in sports history.
The Celtics now lead 45. And West with a long jump. Russell deflected it and keeps it. Beautiful play. Feeds off quickly to Havlicek. Has been guarded by Krebs, who is holding back. Goes up. They jump long. Cousy throws it high in the air. And the Boston Celtics are the world champions. Oscar Robertson throws to Kareem. 7 seconds. Tinkle. Kareem with a big pressure shot.
Hayes setting something up with Larry Bird, who gets it low. What's a move on Byron Scott? What a move by Larry Bird. Along his double. They swat at it and steal it. Here comes Chicago. 17 seconds. 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. It's Kobe again.
This fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach. Join the Miami Heat.
James pulls up, puts it in, 4-point lead. 35 for LeBron James. Timeout San Antonio.
Here's off the weather, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
But what if we went all the way back and redid it? Today we are in the year 1967, guys. Episode 7, I believe. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. I think we're like 180 away or something. I don't know. We just got over 800. We're doing really well, guys. Thank you guys for subscribing. Those of you who are, those of you who are liking the video, thank you guys. I appreciate it. And again, this is like a 25 episode series, so if you guys want, please subscribe, turn on notifications so you guys know when I upload immediately. When I upload the series immediately. Also, we got Madden 21 coming, NBA 2K21 coming. We've got a lot coming on the channel, so a lot of uploads, a lot of that stuff. So if you guys want, go ahead and subscribe for all of that content. But if you guys missed the first 5 or 6 episodes, I can't remember how many episodes we have now. I believe the first 6 episodes. If you guys have missed any of those, it is in the description, or go find the playlist, go to the channel, videos, go catch up. But it's been a crazy first 16, 17 seasons. So hope you guys are enjoying the series. In the last video, Oscar continued his dominance as far as the regular season goes. He won another 3 MVPs, so he's up to 6 straight, which is the most, at least in our league. So Bob Cousy came out with 5. Mike came out with 3, and then Pettit has 4. So it goes Pettit, Cousy, and then Oscar now broke the record with 6 MVPs. Will he get a 7th? We'll see. Past champions, there hasn't really been any crazy dynasty. I guess the biggest dynasty right now is probably the Royals, who've won 3 of the last 5 and have been to 4 of the last 5. And then other than that, the 76ers have been to 2 of the last 3. They won 1. But yeah, I mean, right now we're kind of just like, the league is actually really even. So like, I'm pretty even, relatively even. So that's pretty exciting. But this is actually the video where probably the most in the league will change. Like, the league changes the most, I think, at this point, other than the 1976 NBA ABA merger. But obviously we'll add the ABA teams when they come into the NBA. But as of right now, so in this video alone, the Bulls have entered the league. They entered the league last season. The Seattle Supersonics entered the league this season. The San Diego Rockets entered the league this season. Next season, we got the Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then at the end of the video, the start of next video, we'll have the Portland Trail Blazers and the Cleveland Cavaliers enter the league, as well as the Buffalo Braves, who eventually become the San Diego Clippers and then LA Clippers, whatnot. So yeah, that's that's a lot happening over the next 3 seasons in this league. So that's pretty crazy. We also have one of the greatest players of all time, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He enters the league in 1969. Okay, so we got a couple of retirements here, for at least for our Hall of Fame inductees, Dick Barnett and Quinn Chase. I believe Dick Barnett won a couple of championships, so good for him. League realignment, I went ahead and changed a little bit. So 3 teams per division. There's 6 teams on each conference, which is perfect. We got San Fran, San Diego, and LA in the Pacific, St. Louis, Cincinnati, and Seattle in the Northwest, and then with the Atlantic and Central, there's the East side as well. So I mean, again, this probably isn't right, but I guess this is probably the best I can make it. Right now, the only teams that are actually not in the right conference, actually there's only one, I believe, and that's St. Louis Hawks. That's the St. Louis Hawks. I could move them, but they're technically still in St. Louis. I think when I change them to Atlanta, I'll go ahead and move them to the East, most likely. So I'll keep it as that for now. So that's what we're doing with the league realignment, at least for now. NBA draft, there was no draft. So free agents, let's see. So there is a couple of big ones here. Actually, there might be only one. Walt Bellamy is a free agent, and that's about it. So he was on the, actually, what team was he on? He was on Boston, that's right. Okay, so will the Boston Celtics retain Walt Bellamy? It looks like it. 3 years, $57.57 mil. The next team could possibly sign him is the Lakers, so we'll see if he signs with them, but he's the only guy in free agency. And other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it for the offseason. So if as long as he signs with the team, yep, okay, so he re-signs with the Boston Celtics. So I will see you guys at the end of the 1967-1968 NBA season. All right, so the 1967-1968 NBA season is now over, and Oscar Robertson wins his 7th straight MVP. That is absolutely ridiculous. He is completely controlling this league as far as the regular season goes. I mean, he's won, I believe, 1 championship, so not the greatest there. I think he's been to 2, but has only won 1. Actually, let me check here because I'm curious. I believe he's only won 1. So 7-time MVP, yeah, 1-time champion. I believe he lost another one. I wish they would show that. Like, can they show, like, hey, what's their record in the NBA Finals? Like, and Finals MVPs. Like, can we get that too? But anyway, 7-time MVP. And then the Defensive Player of the Year is a Willis Reed, 28 and 25 rebounds per game. The All-NBA First Team here. Got Oscar. Walt Frazier is on the All-NBA First Team with his averages being 25, 11 assists, and 7.6 rebounds. Chet Walker, Elvin Hayes. And then we got Willis Reed that rounds out the All-NBA First Team. All-NBA Second Team here, we got Dick Van Arsdale, Earl Monroe, Rick Barry, John Havlicek, and Wilt Chamberlain. All the points per game has lowered, definitely, which is good to see. Just more players have entered the league, which is good. We got Jerry West, Bob Love, Elgin Baylor, and Wes Unseld on the All-NBA Third Team. I like how a first-last player gets into the All-NBA Third Team. Drives me nuts. All-Defensive First Team, I don't know. I honestly don't know why that happens. Okay, so here's All Defense First Team, All Defense Second Team right there. And Bill Russell did not make an All NBA team, but a first last player did. Whatever. 28-18 per game. I guess there is a lot of bigs, so he's competing against that. So we do have one playing game here, the Lakers versus the San Diego Rockets. And then the other playing game, which is probably a better matchup here, is the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks. They were the 4 and 5 seeds. So Seattle did not even make the playoffs. They are a really bad team. So here we go. The play-in series here. Boston wins and beats New York 3-1, and the Lakers sweep the Rockets. So here we go. The real first round. We got the Royals versus the Warriors here. Rick Barry, Tom Sanders, Bill Russell, Nate Thurman. They are the defending champions, so we'll see if they're able to repeat and win their, let's see. Nate Thurman has won 2 NBA Finals. So yeah, so they're trying to win their 4th in, like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like their 4th in 7 years or something like that, which is pretty crazy. Nate Thurman has 3 Finals MVPs. Bill Russell, 3 championships. So pretty impressive. But they are going up against the San Francisco Warriors, who has Lenny Wilkins, Dick Van Arsdale, Lou Hudson, Bob Cousy is coming off the bench, which is actually kind of interesting. 22 and 4 a game. And then we got the Lakers versus the Hawks. Oscar, Bob Love, Phil Jackson versus the Hawks, who have Bob Pettit and Willis Reed. And then the 76ers and Boston Celtics on this side, Jerry West, Sam Jones, Dave DeBusschere, Wes Unseld, Paul Arizin. That's just such a deep team. Walt Frazier, Elgin Baylor, Paul Sears, and Walt Bellamy with the Celtics. This is actually a really good team, the Celtics. The Pistons, Casey Jones, Tom Van Arsdale, Jerry Sloan, Jerry Lucas, Wilt is on that team. And then the Baltimore Bullets have John Havlicek, Elvin Hayes, Earl Monroe. This is a pretty good team. They had a couple of top picks like back to back, so they're pretty good. They were the 3rd seed. So here we go. Round 1, and the Bullets get swept, so the Pistons move on. So Wilt Chamberlain moves on. The Boston Celtics are eliminated. The Lakers, the MVP, is eliminated, and the Warriors are eliminated. So we got the defending champions, the Royals, going up against the Hawks, and the 76ers did make it to the NBA Finals last year. They're trying to make it back and get revenge on Cincinnati. The Detroit Pistons haven't made it to an NBA Finals in a while. I think the last time might be the 1959-1960 season, if I'm correct. I think that's right. So it's been a long time. It's been 8 years since they've been to the NBA Finals. So they're trying to get back. Wilt Chamberlain won that championship as a rookie, I believe. So anyways, let's go ahead and simulate this round. And the Royals do sweep the Hawks, so they make it to another Finals. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. That's our 5th NBA Finals in what's that? 6 years? 3, 4, 5, 6. Something like that. Something crazy. So here we go. 2-1. Philly leads Boston, and the Detroit Pistons, or not Boston, the Pistons, and the Pistons lose 3-1 to the 76ers. So we got a rematch. We got the Royals versus the 76ers. Rick Barry, Tom Sanders, Bill Russell, Nate Thurmond, and that big 4 that's just been dominating the league. Versus Jerry West, Sam Jones, Keith Erickson, Dave DeBusschere, Wes Unseld, Paul Arizin. Like, this is a really good team. They also got lucky getting Dave DeBusschere from Boston in free agency. But yeah, that's a really good team. They're trying to get revenge on the Royals. Now, we've had 4 straight 7-game series in the NBA Finals. That's insane. 4 straight 7-game series. So here we go. Game 1 will go to the Royals. I fully expect the Royals to honestly win this game. So they win the series. They go up 2-0. Game 3 goes to the 76ers. Game 4 goes to the Royals. So here we go. It's 3-1. Can the Philadelphia 76ers stay alive? This one's in Cincinnati, and it looks like the Royals are going to pull this off. Yep, they're up by 13, up by 15, up by 15. Yep, that will do it. The Royals win 121-102. Rick Barry puts 39 points, 12 rebounds, 17 assists. Nate Thurmond, 30 points and 9 rebounds. Bill Russell, 24 and 12. And that will do it. Jerry West puts up 25 and 4. Also had 4 steals. Erickson had 20 points, but Wes Unseld, Sam Jones didn't play well at all in Game 7. So, yeah, the Royals win back-to-back NBA champions. And let's see who gets the Finals MVP. It is Rick Barry. Cool. So Nate Thurmond has 3 of their Finals MVPs, and Rick Barry has their 4th, and they win their 4th championship in 6 years. They've been to 5 in 6, so the Royals are definitely the team to beat, and really the dynasty going on right now. In retirements here in 1968, we do have a couple of big ones here. No Hall of Famers, but Paul Arizin does retire from the 76ers. He's played for the Syracuse Nationals. Like, he won a bunch of championships. He's been with this team from, pretty much the beginning of this series. So that's a big retirement there. But he did not make the Hall of Fame, which is actually kind of interesting. So I'll see you guys in free agency and see what happens there. Real quick here, league realignment. The Phoenix Suns enter the league. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the Pacific. And then the Milwaukee Bucks enter the league as well. They're going to go to the Atlantic Division. So yeah, this is the league right now. Once St. Louis moves to Atlanta, I'll go ahead and move them to the East. And that's in 1969, 1970. So that's the next season. And then in 1970, Portland and Cleveland come in, and the Buffalo Braves. So it'll be once again even after the 1970 season. So we'll have one extra team in the East for 1 or 2 seasons, but no big deal. So that's the league realignment. Let's get to NBA free agency. So a couple of big names, I guess. Casey Jones, who's a 75 overall, is an unrestricted free agent. He has been playing with the Pistons, I believe, so it looks like he's probably going to stay with Detroit. And then Rudy LaRusso has been with the Lakers, and he has no offers right now, but we'll see where LaRusso goes. And I believe that's it for real players. So other than that, let's see where those guys go, and then we'll move on to the 1968-1969 season, in which obviously next offseason will be probably the biggest draft in at least in our NBA history so far. I mean, Bill Russell were pretty big, but they didn't completely change the league. Oscar was pretty big, but again, like, I mean, I guess the Royals are really the best team in the league, and that's about it. But Casey Jones stays with the Pistons, and Rudy LaRusso actually goes to the defending champions, the Cincinnati Royals, and he leaves the Lakers, I believe, right? He left the Lakers? Yeah. Okay. So the Lakers get a little bit worse, and the Royals get another player. I mean, he's only a 69 overall, so not that great. Only signed a 1-year deal, but hey, you know, that's what happens. All right. Okay. Right after he wins Finals MVP and back-to-back championships, Rick Barry wins MVP for the league. 41 points per game, 7.4 rebounds, and 7.4 assists, 2 steals, a block, and 1.3 blocks. I mean, he's he's really good. Defensive player of the year is Willis Reed, 24.6, 24.7, 3.3 blocks, a steal and a half. Here's the All-NBA first team, and Oscar did not make the All-NBA first team. That's actually really surprising. He was on the second team. He's 30 years old, so I mean, I don't think he's regressing, but I mean, I guess you never know. But Walt Frazier, Dick Van Arsdale is really good. Rick Barry, Bob Love, and Wes Unseld. All-NBA second team got Oscar, Jerry West, Elvin Hayes, Chet Walker, and Willis Reed. And then the third team has Earl Monroe, Gail Goodrich, John Havlicek, Elgin Baylor, and Wilt Chamberlain. How's John Havlicek doing? Okay, yeah. So yeah, the points per game is definitely lowering, which is good to see. All defensive first team, and then here is the all defensive second team into the playoffs. The Rockets are an 8 seed, and that's about it as far as extra teams there. And then on the east side, we got 2 playing games. We got Chicago and the Knicks as are on the outs 5 and 7. So let's see who is officially into the NBA playoffs. And no surprise, Philly and Baltimore both win, and then the Rockets are obviously eliminated as well. So this is gonna get interesting. So these teams, I'm actually gonna put in the lottery, 1 through whatever. There's 4 picks, so just the worst 4 teams I'm gonna put in the lottery, and they'll have the top 4 picks. I'm gonna go ahead and do, and we'll see what happens. So that's obviously it's the biggest lottery for it's been a while since we've had a player this caliber come into the league. So but anyways, let's get back to the first round here. The Royals versus the Lakers. Rick Barry, Tom Sanders, Bill Russell, Nate Thurman, the MVP Rick Barry going up against the MVP of the last 7 years, Oscar Robertson and Bob Love. Phil Jackson's on that squad. Got St. Louis and San Fran, and then we got Detroit, Baltimore, and then Philly and Boston. So this is the last year actually for St. Louis. They are moving to Atlanta next season, and then I believe that's about it. There's no other changes. San Fran will go to Golden State here in a couple of years, I believe, and then I believe that's it. Yeah, I believe that's it. And then I need to change Boston's logo as well. I probably should have done that last year, but that's all right. So, I mean, it doesn't really change that much. But anyways, all right. So let's go ahead and simulate the first round of this playoffs. The Lakers are eliminated. The Celtics are gone. The Pistons are gone. And the St. Louis Hawks are eliminated as their final year in St. Louis. And we got the Royals versus the Warriors. And we got Philly versus Baltimore. Okay, so John Havlicek leading his team along with Elvin Hayes and Earl Monroe. Havlicek averaging 34.6 points per game here in the playoffs. And again, the Royals trying to go in three-peat, and then the 76ers trying to get to their 3rd straight NBA championship and trying to beat the Royals. But here we go. The Philadelphia 76ers sweep Baltimore, and then it looks like the Royals are going to sweep San Fran. So for the 3rd straight year, can the Royals three-peat, and can the 76ers finally get a championship here? I mean, they have a lot as the Nationals, and they won 1 or 2 as the 76ers already. But can they finally beat the Royals? So here we go. Game 1 in the NBA Finals, and the Royals win Game 1. Game 2 goes to the Royals. Game 3 goes to the Royals. I mean, this team is just stupid good. Like they're so good. Can the 76ers at least win a game? Oh, I stopped it too late. I was gonna jump in. No! Gosh darn it. I always do that. At least one time per video. All right, well, the Royals go and three-peat 95-93. And yeah, they win once again. Nate Thurmond is your finals MVP. 39.5 points per game, 17 rebounds. The Royals win. I believe that's their 6th NBA championship. I believe. So yeah, that's it's pretty good. So this is just kind of crazy to me because it's kind of like opposite of what's kind of like happened throughout the NBA. But the Royals, who were originally in Rochester, moved to Cincinnati, but they went to, I believe, so they won the first 2 NBA titles, and then they ended up going to the first 5 and winning 3 of them. And then they just like kind of fell apart. And then we moved them to Cincinnati. They were able to draft Bill Russell with the #1 overall pick. And then they got Nate Thurmond. And that just started a new dynasty. And they finally got back. Let's see, that was 1962. So it had been 9 years since they had last been, or like 8 years since they had last been in the NBA Finals. And this time with Bill Russell and Nate Thurmond, they go back to back here. And then they miss a year. They go back but lose to Boston, and now they've three-peated. That's insane. Like, so now they have, so that's 5 championships. So that's, they have 5, 6, 7, they have 8 NBA titles. 8. That's insane. And they're the first team to three-peat, right? Yeah, they're the first team to three-peat. Holy crap. Yeah, I did not realize that. So that's insane. I believe the 76ers might have the most losses now. They've lost 4 times in the last 5 years. Yikes. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, that's brutal. They lost, okay, so they lost here. So that's 6. They lost here, so that's 7. Let's see. And then they won here, so they're 1-7. And yeah, so they are 1-7 in the NBA Finals. That's rough. That's rough. That's worse than the Knicks. I believe the Knicks are like 1-5 or 1-4. So that's pretty depressing, Philly. But yeah, the Royals have won 5 in 7 years. That's pretty insane. So Rudy LaRusso does retire his 1 year in Cincinnati. He did get a ring. I forgot about that. So I believe that was his 2nd championship. Yeah, he won in 1932 or 1962. I believe that was the Lakers. So yeah, because he was with the Lakers his whole career. So he got a championship on the way out. He retires and he goes into the Hall of Fame, averaging 13 points per game, 18 rebounds, and 4 assists. So let's get into the draft lottery, where yeah, this is a big draft lottery. Okay, so here is the draft lottery. Basically how it ended up. So I couldn't trade any picks before the draft lottery, so I went onto a draft lottery like simulator on just the internet or whatever, and just did a fair like lottery. So you know, the best odds were the Suns, 2nd was the Sonics, Houston was 3rd, Bucks with the 4th, and Bulls with the 5th. So this is what it turned out to be. The Rockets moved up from 3 to 1, the Sonics stayed at 2, the Suns went down from 1 to 3. The Bucks stayed at 4, and the Bulls stayed at 5. So the only thing that had changed, the Rockets and the Suns swapped. So I apologize, Phoenix fans, but you guys got screwed. And congratulations, San Diego, or I guess Houston Rockets fans. You guys will most likely get Kareem. So let's go into the NBA draft and see if, well, I mean, who knows? Houston could totally, or San Diego could totally screw this up. You never know, but we'll see what happens. Here we go. The NBA draft is here. The 1969 NBA draft, headlined by Kareem. There are only 4 players in this draft. I believe the 2nd best player is probably JoJo White. But here we go. The San Diego Rockets are now on the clock, and they pick Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 7'2", 225 pounds. He is the 1st overall pick. He averaged 27 points per game in college. But yeah, that's a big pickup for the Houston Rockets. And then the Seattle Supersonics take Bob Dandridge, and the Phoenix Suns end up with JoJo White. Actually, that's not a bad pick for the Phoenix Suns. I think JoJo White's the 2nd best player rated wise. So good for the Phoenix, I guess. And then the Milwaukee Bucks take Steve Mix. And I believe that's the only players left. Norm Van Leer is not an actual player, so yes, that ended up working out well. So there you go. Kareem goes to the Rockets. So here is the NBA draft then. The 1969 NBA draft. Kareem obviously went 1. JoJo White was an 82 overall. So he actually dropped. So the Supersonics kind of made a mistake there. Phoenix grabs him. Steve Mix goes 4. And then Norm Van Leer, it was actually, I had to look him up just to make sure that he was a real NBA player, because I'd never heard of him. But he was. And he was actually drafted in the same year, 1969, by the Bulls. So he gets picked by the Bulls once again. So it would have been cool if like the Bucks got the #1 pick, because then that would have, followed, real life and whatnot. But hey, things happen. Kareem goes to the Rockets, and I will see you guys in free agency. It looks like the only player in free agency is Dave DeBusschere, so we'll see where he goes. But other than that, I mean, he's at the tail end of his career. He ended up going to, where did he? Oh, what the heck? He went back to the Celtics. He was in, he was in Philly for, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Was in Boston for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years or something like that. And now he is going back to Boston. He's 17 years pro. He's at 37 years old, a 70 overall, and he signs a 1-year deal with Boston. I'm sure that's where he's probably going to retire, but that's actually kind of funny. So Dave DeBusschere moves back to Boston, and that will be it for the offseason. I will see you guys in the 1969-1970 NBA playoffs. The 1969-1970 season is over, and Kareem wins the MVP award in his rookie year, averaging 51 and 18. Obviously his team doesn't have a lot of players, because he's like the only real player on his team, so he's gonna score the majority of the points, but averaging 51, 18 points per game, 51% from the field. He is your season MVP and Rookie of the Year. And then Willis Reed wins Defensive Player of the Year again. I mean, I don't know how many years that is for him, but it's a lot. JoJo White is on the All-NBA first team. Obviously, he's the only guy on the Phoenix Suns as of right now. So, again, I think rookies kind of have it like an advantage in this league right now, probably until we get into the 80s. But 40 points per game for JoJo White. Rick Barry, Bob Dandridge, sorry. 36 points per game, 19 rebounds, and then Kareem. Yeah, 3 rookies were on this thing on the All-NBA first team. Dick Van Arsdale, Earl Monroe, Elvin Hayes, Bob Love, and Wes Unseld round out the All-NBA second team. And then Oscar, Jerry West, Chet Walker, Elgin Baylor, and Willis Reed are on the third team. Here's the All-Defensive first team and the All-Defensive second team. And into the playoffs, where the Royals are the 1 seed here. They'll be going up against the Supersonics. And then San Diego and Atlanta looks like they have a playing game as well. On the East, we got Boston, Chicago that has a playing game. New York and Detroit with a playing game. And Philly and Milwaukee with a playing game. So here we go. Let's go ahead and simulate all the play-in series. And the San Diego Rockets get swept. So Kareem is not in the playoffs officially. Atlanta makes it. They're going up against the Royals. By the way, I moved, the Hawks to Atlanta, and then changed their logo and all that jazz. The Lakers and San Fran are going up against each other. We got Boston, Detroit, and then Baltimore and Philly. So, could we have, for the 4th straight year, a Royals 76ers NBA Finals? And can the Royals win 4 straight? And that would be 6 in 8 years. So let's go ahead and see what happens in the first round. The Hawks, the Warriors, the Bullets, and the Pistons are all eliminated. So we still have a chance for a 4-peat here with the Royals, and a 4 straight NBA Finals with the Royals and the 76ers here. The Royals going up against the Lakers, who are the 2 seed. They have Oscar, obviously, who's actually regressing. He's down to a 94 overall. He's at 31 years old. We got Bob Love, who's an 87 overall, 26 years old. And then Phil Jackson. Bob Love is actually getting better. Wow, his points per game, my goodness. So yeah, that team is good. And then we got Boston and Philly on this side. Boston's obviously really good with Walt Frazier, Elgin Baylor, Paul Silas, Walt Bellamy. We got Wes Unseld, Keith Erickson, Sam Jones, and Jerry West here with the 76ers. No Dave DeBusschere. He went back to Boston. Paul Arizin is actually still on this team. He's 40, so he's probably going to retire after this season. So here we go. The Eastern Conference Finals, the Western Conference Finals. Philly sweeps Boston. They were the 3rd seed. They sweep Boston. They make it to their 4th straight NBA Finals Will they go 0-4? We'll see what happens. Cincinnati looks like they're going to make it, and they sweep the Lakers. And for the 4th straight year, we have the Royals and the 76ers. Game 1 goes to the Royals. Can the Royals win their 4th straight championship? They win game 2. Game 3 goes to the 76ers. Okay, the 76ers have to win this game, and they don't. It's 3-1, and the Royals looks like they're gonna 4-peat here. I'm gonna guess. I mean, this is a close game, and yep, back to close game. Let's see here. 42 seconds ago, 104-99. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna jump in at all in this video, because I don't think, unless the 76ers score here, 102-104. You know what? I mean, we might as well jump in and just to see what happens. But it looks like the Royals are gonna 4-peat here, which is unbelievable. We got a massive dynasty, and I mean, hey, around this time in real life, the Boston Celtics were that team. They won, I believe Bill Russell won what, 11 and 13 years. So, I mean, they're gonna win 6 and 8 at this point. Like, we're getting close. Like, they would have to win what? They would have to win 5 more in a row after this season. So, I mean, I don't think they're not gonna win. I mean, I guess the Boston Celtics team back then won 8 straight, I think, NBA Finals. So this team would have to win 9 straight. The court still says Rochester. I thought I fixed that, but I don't know. The logo and all that stuff with the Rochester Royals is all messed up. But both free throws are made, and the Cincinnati Royals looks like they are going to win it. Rick Barry is your player of the game, 54 points in this game 5 to possibly win their 6th straight NBA title. Into Sam Jones, I believe. He misses a 3, and that will do it. A 4-peat. 6 and 8 years. The Royals are NBA champions. I like how the shirts still say Sacramento Kings. That's kind of hilarious. Rick Barry wins his 2nd Finals MVP. And so overall, Thurman has 4 of the MVPs. Rick Barry has 2. Bill Russell doesn't have any, but 6 and 8 years. They're on their way to trying the Bill Russell challenge with Bill Russell. So that's just kind of crazy. Like, pretty much the same thing happens with Bill Russell no matter what team he's on. But he didn't win the Finals MVPs, or at least any of them. So, but he is a big part of the team. But there you go. That's the video, guys. The Royals, pretty much controlled the whole video. Rick Barry averages 47, 9, and 4 in the NBA Finals. He's up to 90 overall. So Rick Barry is becoming just a ridiculously good player in this league. But yeah, there you go. 4-peat for the Royals. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button if you guys did. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, guys. Like 90% of you guys who watch these videos aren't subscribed, so I would appreciate it if honestly, if half of you guys subscribed, I would hit 1,000 subscribers. So that would be amazing if we can reach that goal. But yeah, other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Kareem has entered the league. We'll see what happens with Houston. We do have another draft in 1970, and I believe the next one after that is like 1974. But yeah, so we're 3 videos away from Larry Bird and Magic coming into the league. Kareem is going to pretty much control this decade. We'll see what happens with the Royals because Bill Russell is getting up there. I'm not really sure how old he is right now. Let's see. Bill Russell, yeah, he's 34. So, I mean, he's getting up there. He's still 93 overall, but he's getting up there, so they're probably going to fall off here pretty soon. Nate Thurman is right in the middle of his prime, though. Same with Rick Barry, so we'll see what happens. Tom Sanders is 31, so he's getting up there. So I would say they probably have maybe 1 or 2 more years of winning. I don't think they're going to have, they're going to hit the 11 and 13 years, but hey, they got pretty close. They're going to get pretty close. So other than that, guys, yeah, we got a lot to look forward to. We're in the 70s now. So we're right in the middle of this whole simulation. I hope you guys are enjoying. I'm having a blast with this series. Hope you guys are too. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.